All right, fellas, welcome back. I always wonder every single time I see one of these teacher stories, why is it always that the teacher is hot? You know what I mean? You never see this with some ugly whale of a teacher. I don't know if it's just the media sensationalizing only the hot ones and it's happening all the time, or what it is, but it just always seems like every time you see one of these, you're just like, you're confused. Why? How? How could this all happen? How could all these hot-ass teachers be creeps that deserve to go to jail underneath it all? Well, we're going to be talking about two different creeps, so the teacher's going to be one of them, and then you may recognize the second person that we're going to be talking about here. I've been asked a lot to share my opinions on this, so we'll do that at the end, but let's talk about the teacher first, man, alright? So if you're new, make sure you subscribe right now, or else you have a very high chance of having a small dick. Also, turn on your goddamn notifications so that you can be a part of the buzz every single time a new video goes live. And last but not least, of course, watch the entire video.
Don't be a bitch.
All right, fellas, so again, it's always a teacher that looks like this. I don't know how it always turns out this way, but it's like every single time without fail, all right? Ready? Here's the headline. Teacher had a relationship with boy under 14 years old for 3 years until he called the police begging for help. Right off the rip, this one is different in a couple of ways and especially disgusting. The first way being that the kid actually came begging for help. And I feel like in a lot of these stories, it's like the parents kind of catch the kid texting the teacher or whatever. They find some messages, or other students or faculty at the school kind of get suspicious, or one of the kid's friends snitches. But in this case, it wasn't like that at all. The kid actually came, like, I guess, desperately begging and pleading for help. So in a lot of these stories, especially if the student is older, let's say he's 18 years old and high school senior, your first instinct is to meme on it and be like, oh, that's the luckiest kid alive. He got caught because his friend snitched on him, you know? But this was nothing like that. The kid actually came begging for help. And then secondly, what makes it stand out from other stories is the kid was only 14 years old, bro. And you'll see later on in the story how old he actually was when she started talking to him and basically doing what I would consider grooming him. It's just truly beyond disgusting. Houston, an ex-teacher is accused of having a years-long relationship with a child after police were alerted by the victim, a former student at the school. The 31-year-old teacher was arrested on Saturday and charged with continuous abuse of a child under the age of 14. I don't know if it's maybe a special law in Texas, maybe 14 is some cutoff age where the punishment gets more severe, but if the name of the actual charge was continuous abuse of a child under the age of 14, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that there's some sort of legal significance and ramifications for going below that floor, even though, you know, we shouldn't be going below the floor of 18 in the first place. But hey, I guess that was too much to ask of people. According to an affidavit attained by the local news, the since resigned teacher allegedly began grooming the boy when he was 12 years old by playing an online video game with him. Just real quick, what game did y'all think she was playing with him? I tried really hard to find it online and I couldn't, but why do I just have a feeling that it's fucking Fortnite? I feel like if you're a 31-year-old teacher, the only video game you probably even know of is Fortnite, or at least ones that kids play, so that would be the perfect tool to lure somebody in. Maybe Minecraft? I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, maybe if it was Warzone, like, teacher, come on. You could have asked me or one of the fellas here who is of age to play Warzone with you, but can't have nice things. That allegedly led to texting, and texting led to the sharing of explicit images. The police affidavit citing the student said that this relationship culminated in the two having a relationship just after the boy turned 13. So back up here again for a second. Again, it's not like the kid was 18 or even 17 about to turn 18, because 17 is the age of consent in some places. Even 16 is the age of consent in some states, at least here in the US. I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but besides the point, this is one of the youngest ones I've ever heard about. She started talking to this kid, basically becoming a real actual predator to him when he was 12, bro. 12 years, I mean, come on, man. That is so beyond disgusting. I can't even put it into words, yo. If I was that kid's parents, dude, I can't even think about it. Like, if a woman did this to my son, it would just take everything in my power to be composed in the courtroom during all the proceedings after. For real, I can't even put into words how pissed off I would be. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. I mean, again, look at the pictures of her. You can have most guys, okay, out there. Like, if you wanted to go out and meet somebody, you could do that very easily. There's very few men out there that are going to turn you down, at least at first. Maybe once they get to know you and find out you're a complete weirdo, then they would leave your ass. But it's not like you're not capable of going out and getting a guy your own age who, I don't know, is not, let's see, she's 31, is basically young enough to be your son. Fucking creep. Most of the investigation indicates it's been about 2.5 to 3 years, both social media, text, and other forms of evidence, and it does appear that this is one of those cases where grooming of the child was involved. In other words, getting the person to feel trusted initially. Our big concern from the police department right now is to ensure that we have all the evidence of this case, but to ensure that there's no other children involved, a police spokesperson said. So honestly, I hope there's not any other kids involved, but it really does make you think, okay? Because the next person we're about to talk about afterwards has a tendency to go after younger kids. So it really does make you think. It's like, how many times has this actually happened before somebody got caught? It's terrible and disgusting that it happened in the first place, but I would hope that it was the first instance of it and that she got caught first try. But you never know. It was definitely a cry out for help. He had reached out to the school. He had reached out to the police department as well. So I think he just became overwhelmed with it and reached out to us, said the police chief. And really, that's what I find the most sad and really just tragic part about all this, man. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard a story like this where the kid comes out basically begging for help. It's like I said in the beginning, it's always just kind of uncovered by the parents or the school or the friends, or the kid told someone who told someone else, you know, like that. But just going directly to the school and going directly to the police. That's why this is not a case that can be clowned on. Like, you can't meme this. You can't say he's gonna get high fives or whatever. This woman's a demon, all right? She hurt this kid. He's probably gonna be pretty fucked up from it for a while to come now. So hopefully she gets the maximum jail sentence here. I looked it up online. It says that in the state of Texas, this is a first-degree felony that carries a minimum sentence of 25 years in prison if convicted. Again, no sympathy for child predators. Lock the bitch up. Throw away the key. I don't feel bad. Also, another horribly ironic thing I found on the internet about this teacher is that she wrote on a blog site that she loves helping kids navigate through the dramas and traumas of 6th grade. What the hell does that even mean? Does that mean that she thought she was some type of resource to students? Should have been a resource to the internet instead. Started up the OnlyFans, maybe go on Twitch, stream yourself in a hot tub, but now that opportunity will never come. That brings us to our second topic of the day, which is this man right here, EDP445. So I've had a good amount of people asking me to share my thoughts on this on Twitter in the DMs and on the timeline. Honestly, I haven't done so because there's really not much more that I could add to the conversation. I mean, the guy is just a actual real life creep. Like, this dude really truly needs to be locked up. He's a danger to society after what we've seen. I know there's innocent until proven guilty and all that shit, but I think there's a lot of evidence to work with on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that everybody who's watching this has seen the video in its entirety. It's like 45 minutes long. This man really got by the last time around. He had some kind of incident around like maybe November of last year. Maybe it was even earlier. I don't know. Maybe it was last summer, but it was within the last year, okay? The man got caught. It was pretty suspect. I think the person was pretending to be a 16-year-old back then. And really, for some reason, his fans and viewers let the man get away with it. I mean, he came out with an apology video or whatever, or like a video explaining himself, basically played it off as a joke, and within like another video or two, everything was just back to normal. So although he didn't really deserve to, he got away with that pretty much untouched. You think a motherfucker would learn after that, okay? After being so close to having your career ruined, but with people like this, and he even says this on the video, which I thought was actually ridiculous. It's just a thing embedded into their heads at this point. He's sick. The man is actually sick. I mean, if you're on video saying to the other guy, you know how it is, man. You know what you think about, what you fantasize about, and you would actually think that another normal person would go along with you. That just shows right there, there's something really, really wrong with you. Like, you need help at that point, but you also kind of need to go to jail, which I think is a very high possibility in this case. The evidence is beyond damning. I mean, dude, he stood there for 45 minutes and talked, admitted to all sorts of shit. I thought the guys that caught him were also pretty shitty. I've heard some bad things about them too, by the way. I didn't really look into it, but I wouldn't be surprised. I saw some clips floating around on Twitter, but those guys did a pretty shitty job too, but still the video is just pretty damning for EDP, and I really don't see him getting away without some kind of legal consequence this time around. I mean, it's just too much at this point. You can't even deny it. Overall, I just think it's sad, man. I mean, EDP is a staple YouTuber. He's been around for a long time. The man is funny, all right? I was subscribed. I didn't watch all of his videos. I didn't even watch close to all of his videos, but the ones I did watch every now and then, like, they were always funny. So it's kind of sad to see it all end like this, but it certainly is over now. He's deleted every single video off of his channel. I'm surprised his channel is even still around. I feel like YouTube is probably going to delete it pretty soon, which, for real, I really don't support cancel culture for anything but something like this. Like, you need to go, bro. You need to go. All the shit you said on video about your fantasies and whatnot, it was just disgusting. You need to go off the internet and just you gotta go away after this. That's really all I have to say about it. I haven't seen one single person, not on YouTube, not on Twitter. No one is defending this guy. And no one should be defending him, because what he did was just morally reprehensible, gross, it was egregious. Every bad word, okay? That is why I decided to talk about this in this video, because him and this teacher have a lot in common, right? 30, 31 years old, going after 13, 14-year-olds. These people are fucking disgusting, bro. Honestly, that's it. Well, anyway, that is enough nasty people on the internet for one day. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm sure the fellas will have much to say about both stories that we talked about today. I look forward to reading the comments as always, and if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome, amazing videos just like this. Turn your goddamn notifications so that you can be a part of the buzz every single time a new video goes live. Special thank you to my channel members as always for your extra support. It is very much appreciated. You guys are the MVPs. Check out dyfo merch down below. Follow me on Twitter or Twitch. My second channel, links to everything is in the description. I will see you dudes in the next video. Love you, bye. Stay safe, fellas.